ever since medical school, I've always wanted to participate in a medical mission trip. So it's kind of been on my bucket list for a very long time. So when I heard about the opportunity through RP and RAD-AID to help serve in Guyana, I thought this is the perfect chance.
The Guyana mission specifically geared toward teaching residents and developing a relatively new residency program, I thought was a really, really great fit.
I've wanted to be able to use my skills as a radiologist in a service capacity. And so when the opportunity to go to Guyana came up, I volunteered right away, and I was very happy I got to go.
Georgetown Hospital is the largest hospital in Guyana. It's the referral site for the entire country. What we realized is things that we take for granted here as resources is quite different than the resources that they have. So, for example, if you think from the radiologist perspective, we're used to working on a PACS system. Well, they don't have a full-blown PACS system. They're using standard monitors, no voice recognition, so all of their reports are hand-typed. But despite whatever limitations they had, the residents were fully committed to do their best job to take care of their patients. And the amount of knowledge that they had and they had studied and learned was phenomenal. We were seeing the most complex patients in the country, and they were very knowledgeable about what the findings were. They're just absolutely thirsty to learn from subspecialty radiologists. We gave 3 lectures a day for the time that we were there. And when, Dr. Bahau and Dr. Granchi were up in front of the whiteboard or, using their PowerPoints and asking people, different questions about cases, it was really a proud moment because I was like, wow, they're so good at what they do, even though that's not something they do every day back here in the US, but they were so passionate to teach, and the feedback from the residents was phenomenal. They absolutely loved it.
I spent the morning with a resident doing fluoro procedures. There was also a fluoro x-ray tech there, so we just spend the morning doing whatever procedures they had that day, just kind of let alone giving confidence and explaining things to the resident, but also showing positioning and why they do certain things to the fluoro tech. And then in the afternoon, I'd spend most of my time with whatever x-ray tech was happening to be working at the time in the rooms, just positioning different patients or answering any questions they had. You taught one tech, one small adjustment to make a better image for the rest of her patients, for the rest of her career. Is that not a positive?
It's the only mammo machine in the country. I mean, they were full of questions and, wanting to know about our rules, regulations, standards, protocols, how we do our paperwork, and it really goes both ways because we're going to go over and share our knowledge, but we're also going to learn from them. So it was, a really good experience.
Definitely coming back from this trip, I'm recognizing that radiology, more than any other medical specialty, has the ability to share knowledge because of the access to technology. Recognizing that this ability that we have can transform how young radiologists are trained and educated and nurtured and brought into greater understanding of what we do using this technology. That would be a way to transform radiology and the world.
It impacted my life to the point where I have decided that I am going to start training and hopefully in the future be registered as a mammo tech on top of an x-ray tech, because I realize this is what I want to do, is try to do more international work.
To be able to kind of teach them the art, so to speak, of radiology really made me appreciate, my own value and the attributes and assets I bring to the organization. It is a life-changing experience.